Welcome to Stockton-on-Tees in the north-east of England. This market town is a place that's always attracted those with a keen sense of adventure. Hundreds of years ago, local boy James Cook set off to explore the world and became Britain's greatest sea captain, discovering new parts of the world in his ship, the HM Bark Endeavour. Now, many years later, the ship is moored back up in the town, and every year the locals and a good number of visitors prove themselves nearly as intrepid by taking on the River Rat Race and turning Cook's flagship to a very different purpose. This is one of only 2 events of its kind here in this country, and while the London River Rat Race takes on the Thames, the concept was born here in Stockton 6 years ago with those daring first leaps into the River Tees. It's an event that always caps off an incredible summer of sport and culture here in Stockton, with over 1,000 competitors turning up for the challenge. Here's your commentator, Patrick Winterton.
Stockton-on-Tees was, of course, the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution, and unsurprisingly, the barrages and bridges look as though they are here forever. But Stockton is moving with the times and has put a massive investment into the High Street and Town Centre, which is now a hub for social and sporting activity. And sport has always been high on the agenda, and next year the town will host the British National Road Race Championships. For fans of water sports, there's the white water course where most will be doing their best to stay dry. Today's river rats know that they are going swimming, and visibility permitting, they're going to get more than one look at the bottom of the Tees. Now the course has a gentle start before they go over the Infinity Bridge. There they hit an intense section of obstacles that will lead them over the barrage, down to Newport Bridge and the 5K mark. And then it's water everywhere before they head back across the river and through the university. The crux of the course coming at the Endeavour, and then a final sprint to complete the 10-kilometre distance.
Few events are happier than a rat race. Hopefully lots of smiley people for us to talk to.
One of the great attractions of the rat race is the fact that no one takes it too seriously, and some just don't care what they look like.
So what is happening here? You're aware that she's drawing lots of random things on your face right now. Those are to write your numbers on.
Yeah. We changed the rules slightly.
We just fancy doing a bit of something adventurous, something fun, something different.
I've been told about it, but I think there have been some made-up things halfway around just to try and scare me. But no, I'm looking forward to it, yeah. Looking forward to the jump at the end.
I love extreme sports and all that kind of thing, so I heard jumping in the tees and getting wet and climbing over stuff, I was all on board, yeah.
There is one obstacle that's been dominating conversations around the start area.
What are your fears today? What are you looking forward to?
Terrifying. I can't swim.
You can't actually swim and you're taking on the plank. That is brave.
And now everybody to the dance floor.
The pre-race warm-up is all the exercise that some of these competitors have had this year. Others have certainly put the miles in to make sure that they are competitive.
Of course, while everyone else is enjoying the pre-race atmosphere, a couple of stony-faced competitors are focused on being the very first to leap into the Tees, climb the slippery slope and get over that line.
Rory Campbell in red may have spent half of his life on an oil rig, but he's worn the bearings out on more than one treadmill. He's fast and he can go the distance. He's not just run the Fort William Marathon, he won it, and this year. But this sort of event is new to him, and he's not a river rat as yet.
I've never done one event quite like this, but running wise I'm reasonably nippy, so it's just whether I can cope with all this clambering over things, and I'm not bothered about water at all. It's just maybe some of the obstacles. We'll see.
Merlin Duff, a CrossFit adventure racing specialist. He's got the best name and the best record. He was an impressive third last year, and he's been on good form throughout the 2015 season.
I'd like to go 1 or 2 spaces better, yeah. I've had a good year this year. I've won a few races and podiumed at quite a few, so I'm feeling pretty good about today.
If agility is key, then this man should be worth watching. Zach Willis, a former British gymnast with national titles. Hopefully we'll see a few twists and tumble runs from him. He's certainly the youngest of the front runners.
You always want to win, but I'm here just to have fun as well and see what happens, and I'm not putting too much pressure on myself, so I'm excited to do it. It'll be a good experience.
So just moments to go. And a pretty fair start. So important to get out front, and Adam Kelly making his mark in the opening few stages. A man who's given up his vices and has turned his body into something like an athletic sprinter. Well, this is a very powerful start from him, but unless he's got a Batmobile round the corner, he is not going to keep this sort of pace going. It might just upset some of the favourites, though, who are a good 25-30 metres behind. So let's have a look at the course along the north side of the Tees before they cross over the Infinity Bridge. A couple of obstacles before they get that far, and already Rory Campbell starting to make his mark. Zach Willis is there as well. Roger Davis in the orange t-shirt on the far side, a man who always does well in these events, but without the timeouts this year, it's a very different race indeed. It suits those who run well. Rory Campbell capable of a 34-minute 10-kilometre, and that sort of pace will really punish the others. Over the first of the big hurdles, and Rory Campbell jumping every barrier he can find. Roger Davis on the right of your screen is doubling up, and he's gone from third to first. The man who arrived at the event on a penny farthing has stolen a march on the big names. Davis, consistently good results in this event, but has he got the leg speed to hold off the likes of Rory Campbell? Over the Tees for the first time. Campbell ups the pace yet again. He knows that he's got to get these obstacles right if he's going to win here today. Zach Willis moving back up into second, but already looks as though he's struggling a bit further back. The masses making the obstacles look just as hard as they really are.
How's it going? Brilliant.
There could be a few sore groins tomorrow. Limbs and joints being asked to do what they haven't done for some time. And so many of the competitors running in groups. Not the case for Rory Campbell. He's out front and on his own over the first of the parkour walls. Good tactics, hit it hard and hope your trainers stick to the wall. Two of those will certainly push the pulse rate up a little bit. Zach Willis is already over the first. Merlin Duff up into third. And Alex Riley up and over the first of the parkour walls. Here is Zach Willis. Well, I would suggest that the first 2Ks of this run has taken the spring out of those gymnastic legs. That was not the sort of vault we were expecting. Rory Campbell still pushing the pace up front. The first of the women to get to the wall. And it's all about tactics. If you don't have the arm strength, you've got to find some way of doing it. And that's a brilliant effort from Kay Neeson, the leading woman, who was 12th overall, incidentally, last year. She'll be trying to improve on that this year. Sometimes you need your mates. Sometimes they're just not there when you need them. The simplest, but one of the hardest obstacles. Rory Campbell, his first dip in the Tees. Well, swimming doesn't look as though it's his strength. Hopefully he won't fall off any oil rigs because he won't be getting to Aberdeen. He's being chased down by Zach Willis and Merlin Duff. Well, with that moustache, I think he'd better win this one. Otherwise, his colleagues on the Armada rig are going to be taking the mickey out of him for weeks. Through the barrage for Rory Campbell. Still lengthening his lead over Merlin Duff and Zach Willis. 15 degrees the water at the moment.
That cooled me down a bit. Whew.
Was that fun?
Yeah, it was. Been cold.
So after the barrage, they come to the Maze of Mounds, a series of very steep climbs. Now, if you can lift your head at the top, there's a cracking view. Durham to the north, Yorkshire to the south. Campbell will do no such thing. He means business here today. 3 marathons he's run this year, so the 10 kilometres won't seem too far. But the rat race makes 10 seem like 100. Merlin Duff now in second, Zach Willis still third, Alex Riley 4, and Roger Davis, who was right up with the best. He must have lost ground at the barrage because he was right up there with those leading 3. Over the Newport Bridge, one of only 2 vertical lifting bridges, and then onto the Cat's Cradle. Easy when you're fresh, not so easy when you're in a hurry. Now, marathon runners aren't known for their upper body strength. This could be a difficult exercise for Rory Campbell. The monkey bars. Oh! Good recovery, very good recovery, and they're awkwardly placed. They're not even. Still Willis and Duff neck and neck. Campbell enjoying the luxury of having the obstacles to himself. Willis showing his gymnastic skills, and Merlin Duff will be glad it's not cold because he suffers really badly from Raynaud's, and that obstacle would have been very tough indeed. The teams plodding their way around this 10-kilometre course. And I think that's the sentiment of most. The distance is enough for some. The exercises, the obstacles, really focusing the mind. Rory Campbell streaming ahead now, over a minute clear, but one mistake could cost him, and he knows it. Willis and Duff, inseparable so far. Duff with the experience, Willis with youth on his side. Another wave gets underway in the 2015 River Rat Race in Stockton. Over 1,000 competitors entered for today. Fantastic to see so many people involved.
Great racing so far, and with every one of the 10 kilometres packed with obstacles, the action never stops. We're going to take a quick breather, but join us after the break when we, or rather they, take on the greatest challenge of this course. Welcome back to the Stockton River Rat Race. Over 1,000 rat racers are in town for a 10k challenge, which will see them take on these rapids without the rafts or kayaks, amongst countless other dunkings. Here's your commentator, Patrick Winterton.
Nothing has changed. It's still Rory Campbell who leads the way over the donuts, and he's made that look relatively easy. We'll see a few splashes around as the rest of the competitors come through. Zach Willis is next. He is looking one tired man. Efficiency over the obstacles, the absolute key to success. And both Duff and Willis are struggling a little, and all the time Rory Campbell is pulling ahead. A little bit of a lead for Merlin Duff, and it looks as though Alex Riley might just move up into 3rd place. But this race has a long way to go, and this battle intriguing. Merlin Duff, 3rd, remember, last year. This man has never done a rat race before, but he's making it look very, very easy.
Whew. How are you feeling? All right. Just every time I go in that water, it's hard work.
Well, it's obviously harder than it looks, but isn't that always the way? The good athletes make everything look simple. Through the Whitewater Centre, and this, a unique opportunity for the competitors today. Normally, you have to have a boat. Well, that will give them something to talk about tonight and something to cheer about. Back to the donuts, and I think that's the best crossing that we've seen so far. "10 out of 10 for effort. Further up the course, the race leader, Rory Campbell, into the kayak. And he's put himself well positioned in the middle of the boat, designed for two. Obviously just one paddler here. Merlin Duff will go for his. Now he could team up with Zach Willis here in an attempt to close down the gap. He's having none of it. Merlin Duff is away. Zach Willis. But I hate to see him get on a horse. And he finds himself on the front seat as well. So Willis is going to have to fight to stay in touch with Duff. And Rory Campbell off the boat, onto another crossing. Again, it looks easy. And that is really only the fact that his legs are still fresher than anyone else's. 2 in every 5 weeks he spends on his oil rig. It's remarkable that he manages to maintain this level of fitness. And he's not got far to go now. The final bridge and then the endeavour. Will he come unstuck off the plank? No hesitation whatsoever. He will have done plenty of training for that. Again, swimming is only weakness. If they had to go across the tees, that might even things up a bit. Merlin Duff has already gone through. He's still 15 seconds or so ahead of Zach Willis. Now, if Willis can pick the pace up, he might still challenge for second. There's the gap between Duff and Willis. It's only 25 metres or so. Rory Campbell out of the water, heading for home now. One obstacle remaining for him. Duff is going to have to light the afterburners if he wants to win this one. And he might have to do that anyway to hold on to second place. Because Zach Willis certainly won't have given up on runners-up spot. Well, this is what Rory Campbell enjoys, and those treadmill sessions. Incidentally, he does his first at 4:30 in the morning, his second one at lunchtime when he's out on the Armada platform. And all that training has paid off. He's wrapped up yet another victory. It's in the bag now. Here's the last obstacle. He makes that look easy.
Well done. Right, so there's so many of you.
And Rory Campbell across the line. His time, 53 minutes.
That water's tough. It takes it out of you. So if it was just running, it'd been perfect. But every time I got out of the water, it was hard to breathe. But great fun, especially when you don't know what's coming next.
Merlin Duff, good bit of power over the last stage of this River Rat Race course, and he moves up one place on last year's performance.
Fun course. Just couldn't keep up with the guy in first. He had proper legs underneath him. He could run. But yeah, it was good. Really enjoyed it.
Zach Willis settling for third in the end, but at 18, he's got plenty of years to come back and improve on that. And what about Roger Davis, representing the over 50s at 51? He's got another fantastic result here. And so has Kay Neeson, the winning woman, 8th overall, just over the hour mark.
Well, you showed those men a thing or two. First Lady, how are you feeling?
Oh, brilliant. Really good race. I enjoyed it, especially jumping off the endeavour. It was good.
Well, that really was a very impressive performance. And everyone taking on their own challenges today. Some doing better than others. There's the endeavour on the far side of the river, with an obstacle that the course setters just can't resist. For some, it's an opportunity to show off. For others, it's a thing of nightmares.
You got any particular technique you're going to show us on this one?
No, I just fall off.
"18 feet can seem an awfully long way. Crouching down might help a little."
It's easy as falling off a plank, really.
It's a little bit higher, isn't it?
Nah. Nah.
The fear is contagious.
I'm scared of what? I'm scared of heights.
This is where we panic. Thank you.
For some, it's so easy. For others, it's not worth contemplating.
I'm determined to do it.
Go for it. Good luck.
But I look attractive.
But she will have made everyone smile.
How was it?
Not good.
Not good.
So did it, yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure I'd do it again, but yeah.
And once they're through the plank, a relatively easy jog into the finishing line, over the slippery slope, and then it is all done for another year. I suspect that the majority will be back again next year and attempt to conquer Stockton-on-Tees once again.
How was the race?
It was awesome, absolutely awesome.
That is the hardest thing I have ever done in my life.
Tiring, but really good fun. I met some good people on the way.
Just happy to be across the finishing line?
For an Oldham top bloke, I'm very happy.
He's done well. The last hurdle is often the hardest.
I feel so bad standing here, just dry and warm as you come through. Yes.
You guys look like you enjoyed that. You've gone.
It's our 4th year doing it. It's like our thing we do together. So yeah, it's 100% fun.
Need to sit down in a beer now.
Well, some take well under an hour to complete the course, others are more leisurely, 2.5. But whether you're here for the medals or for the laughs, if you cross the finishing line, you're still a rat racer. Until next time, it's bye from everyone here in Stockton-on-Tees.